me because my man's right there. Come and put your hands on me. I ain't driving crazy. It was on my gas. I went to another lane. Get out of my way. I'm dead.
Let me go ahead and pause this and react to it. Somebody in the comments was like, now what did we learn? Why did you have to get body slammed in the snow in order to learn to stay your silly behind in the car? I'm going to leave a link to this in the description. But, or maybe, you know what? Yeah, I'm probably going to leave it in the description. But this is from Daily Mail. If you want to go check it, I'll just say that. It's from Daily Mail. But some of this stuff I'm probably going to have to blur in the video just because of YouTube guidelines and stuff like that. But you had to get out the car. And this had to happen to you. Leave folks alone, man. Just go home.
She ain't never met it like me.
Hey, yes I have, brother. Yes I have.
Isn't it great? I know, it's my dream. This is out of this world.
She wanna go viral. You gotta start off the new year right.
My husband would.
You gotta. Correction. She had a husband.
I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. People in the comments are calling her an OG, part of a lifestyle where people get around. This isn't her first trip down this type of lane. Wait, I don't know. Women out here in the street acting like this is crazy.
So we're just after Christmas and I see a lady come on here and she's upset because she has multiple children by different fathers, and one of her kids' fathers decided to shower his child with her with a lot of gifts, but didn't bring any gifts for the other kids. The other kids that are not his. I'm trying to understand, like, when I say men can't win, this is another example. So he don't get no kudos, no praise for doing a great job, right? Because if he wouldn't have brought anything, I didn't hear anything negative about the other kids' dads that didn't shower a whole bunch of kids with a whole bunch of stuff. But if he didn't bring anything for his child, you'd be dragging him through the streets. The fact that he brings gifts for his child, it's not enough. Not because it's not enough gifts, but because he didn't bring for all these other kids that aren't his. I'm trying to understand, if y'all gonna hold every man you come in contact with accountable for all your children, then how about you start having one father for all your children? Wouldn't that make more sense? I mean, at the end of the day, the reason that it's a ridiculous thing to argue about is because if they live in the same house, kids are going to be playing with toys. Toys are toys, right? So let's not pretend that one child is going to have all these toys and no other child is going to have anything, even though that's not his problem. Let's just keep it a buck. And if you were that concerned about it, like I said, why not intentionally decide to have one father for your children? This is what happens when you have multiple fathers. There will be someone who goes above and beyond, and others who don't do such a great job. And you know what? That still comes back to you, ma'am. It comes back to you because that was your picking. You picked them. It is what it is.
Exactly. And you can read in the comments, a woman says, where are the other kids' dad? She just wants a reason to fuss. Another person said, very well said, he has one obligation, that's his child. And then one said, oh, you about to ruffle some feathers with this one. Why? Why is she ruffling feathers with the truth? Why are modern women upset? Because she's telling the truth. You expect that, this is what I'm saying. You expect that man to be involved with you and then to take care of everything else that you got going on. All of your irresponsible behavior, you expect him to take care of. Well, he shouldn't have got with me if he didn't. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. He ain't got nothing to do with you and your kids. His responsibility is to the other children. Leave him alone. Stop fussing. It's not his responsibility.
These are my hard and fast rules for a romantic partner as a 32-year-old woman.
Number one, don't yuck my yum, babe. I really like me and I like the things that I like. And if you don't like the things that I like and they irritate you, that sounds like a personal problem. Why don't you keep it to yourself? Number two, you're either all in or you're all out. Okay. I'm not dragging on a weird situationship for 6 months because you've just got like a lot on your plate right now. Okay. You mean your job and you're still mourning the loss of your gerbil from the 6th grade? Okay. I'm going to need you to try a little harder. Number three, in the interest of trying harder, why don't we go do something? I don't even want to think about the days of my life I lost in my 20s to a guy who just wanted to like hang around the house and like watch a movie. That's fine every once in a while, but I'm going to need you to plan something. My wardrobe deserves to be shown out in the world. It's just a poor financial investment if I don't. I also refuse to pretend I'm full off of breadcrumbs. Oh, a tiny morsel of affection. You text me once a week and tell me I'm pretty. You're not on the roster, babe. You're a reply guy. I'm going to need you to try harder.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say no, man. I'll tell you why. Because ain't no way this is going to be what I'm not saying anything about. Ain't no way that I'm going to be like, oh, man, this don't give me the ick. Oh, this ain't something that I'm worried about. You go ahead and do what you need to do. Ain't no way. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? These modern women, man. These modern women continue to say stupid stuff. They continue to say, I want you to accept me just as I am. Allow me to do whatever I want to do, how I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. Don't say anything about it. But should you be like, this is what I like. That gives me the ick. I don't like that. We're breaking up. Exactly.
Can we start normalizing calling guys disgusting? Like, what are you talking about? Your body count is 60. I don't even know 60 people. You're passed around like a fucking joint, dude. Like they don't even have swimmers anymore. At this point, like, you have floaters.
So I guess it's okay for women to shame men when this happens, but should a man have the audacity to say, okay, cool, what is yours? Since we're playing this game, then all of a sudden he's back in the patriarchy, the misogynistic way of thinking, and all that other nonsense.
Some guy who I do not know sent me a DM and said, you know why you're single, right? Yes, it's because I'm fucking annoying. Next question.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that she's self-aware, so.
So let me tell you the real reason why men don't approach you. It's because you give off effort. You give off, you got to put in energy for me. You give off, I'm going to be work and it's not going to be easy for you. And when men are on the hunt, they don't want women who are going to take work, take effort, and take time. They want the lowest hanging fruit that's easiest to pick. And so while it may seem like you're not getting approached because you're not approachable or you're not attractive or you're not desirable, it's really because they see your value and they're not willing to approach a woman who's going to require something of them. When you're out and about in the real world, it's not about the quantity of men. It's about the quality. Even if it's just one, it means that your energy is where it's supposed to be. It means that you are properly aligned with your femininity. It means that you are positioned to be loved and not just to be hunted.
Yeah, I see what she's saying, but there were some people in the comments that said more bad information for 2025. And then another one said, or they just aren't interested. That's pretty much it, right? Maybe this is your base or your group of women that you're talking to that you're thinking these men aren't approaching because these women are just too great. And maybe you've met these women in person. You've known them for a long time. So you're like, no, you're good. It's just the men that you're running into that you're trying to entertain. Stop entertaining them. Maybe that's your base. But you're not discussing or specifically talking about, apparently, a lot of these women that aren't worth pursuing. They're not intimidating. They're just annoying. As a matter of fact, earlier in the video, you had a woman say, hey, I'm annoying. I know that. There's a lot of things that modern women do that cut men off and really turn them off and they don't want to be involved. That could be a reason why.
Dating sex in Atlanta, why?
Because so many of the women are after your money.
Bruh.
Why do you think women are after your money, sir? I just want to know.
Because of my,
that's married.
yeah,
So.
it's married, and I went through being divorced for a couple of years and living in the city. And it seemed like when I would go out, you know, I wasn't used to being single because I was married since I was basically, you know, a young adult.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was single in Atlanta and I started going out, I had ladies asking me what kind of watch I had on, or, you know, what I drive, what I do. And it seemed like a lot of what they were looking for was an understanding of where I was financially. And even though I was in a decent place financially, I still didn't want that to be what I led with. So men, I would say, if you're dating in Atlanta, if you want to find the real one, don't lead with your superficial possessions, your superficial lifestyle. And for women, I would say, if you want to find a real one, actually try to look beyond the surface, because when you look a little deeper into who a person is and whether or not they have a vision, then you can, you know, make an informed decision on whether or not you're attracted to them.
And of course, you have women in the comments trying to clown him, talking about money he can't find. People are after you. Ha ha, let's stop there. Another woman talk about what money, stupid stuff. But thankfully, you have women coming back after that and saying, why are people upset that he is explaining his experience? There are definitely women who will ask you this off the bat. Another one came back and said, no, with this one, I can wholeheartedly agree. Atlanta is something else. The man, that's what I'm saying. Men they be sharing they dating experiences, and then modern women be like, oh, what money you got? The man has nice shoes on. Let's say those shoes costed $50. So let's say the jeans costed $25, $30. Let's say the hoodie costed somewhere around $50. That's not a cheap outfit. Glasses, clean cut dude. So he definitely grooms himself. But because the man's not wearing something flashy like a Rolex, then they feel like, you know, he don't got no money. That's what I don't understand. What are these modern women looking for? You can never really tell. But stupidity that's coming in the comments lets you know, stay away from these types of women.
Do we really want men to be emotionally intelligent, or do we want them to be emotionally convenient? Bell Hooks identified that even in the most studied of feminist circles, when the conversation became about men taking up the emotional space, women began utilizing some of the same language that their counterparts in the patriarchy were using to describe emotional men. These men were identified as narcissistic, dramatic, and wanting to shift away from women's issues by taking up the space on the emotional stage. Oh, so do we really want men to be emotionally intelligent, or do we want them to be emotionally convenient?
So happy a therapist is getting on here saying this, because I've been saying this for years. First off, women love the patriarchy until it doesn't benefit them. And I've said that so many times, I know y'all have heard that. You see how he said they start using the same patriarchal phrases to describe those men? That's because they love when men function correctly within the patriarchy. They don't want to hear him whining. They don't want to hear anything he has going on internally. They want him to shut up, work, go to war. You've heard these women say it online. Men used to build houses and go to war. Why don't you build me a house and go die? That's really what they're saying. Number two, I have a string of videos from maybe like a year ago where I said, women don't really want emotionally intelligent men. They want a man who's good at handling their wild emotions. Because many of the women who say they want an emotionally intelligent man aren't emotionally intelligent themselves. They want someone who can deal with them without making them feel as if they're about to get left high and dry for acting crazy. Lastly, when men get to arguing, going back and forth, bickering with women, y'all give them all these female characteristics, as if men should never argue with women. And you hear a lot of guys say it too, yo, don't even argue with women, bro. Don't even argue with women. Yo, that's some crazy shit. Do you not value a woman's opinion? Like, I would never be walking down the street, walk past a musty, stinky, half-dressed homeless person with shit on their ass and argue with that person, right? You clearly ain't right. I ain't arguing with you. I'm not even gonna be seen arguing with you, right? A lot of men feel that way about women. In case y'all didn't know, For the men y'all be championing saying, oh, see, he don't argue with women, he don't argue with women. That's because he feels like, I ain't arguing with no woman. That thing that's beneath me. For those of y'all who haven't picked it up yet, because there are some women who are like, yeah, he don't argue with women. Y'all make it seem like a man who has a difference in opinion of a woman is sassy for voicing it. The men who don't voice it, they're not going to. They're like, shit, I ain't arguing with no bitch. That's what a lot of them, that internal thought, that's how they act. Of course y'all wouldn't know that. Y'all dumbass keep, I don't like men who argue with women. Yeah, you like a man who sees you as lower. So he treats you as a child. This whole trend where it's like, babe, I can't pay the rent this month. And the provider man is like, you never pay the rent. What the f are you talking about? I even saw one where the guy was like, you're broke. How could you ever pay the mortgage? I was like, yo, y'all not embarrassed? Yo, y'all not embarrassed? Somebody, your husband just called you his broke best friend. You know what? You know how the single moms call they child, they broke best friend? That's what they calling y'all, and y'all like, girl, look, I'm still taken care of.
Somebody in the comments said there's no point in arguing with somebody that's not accountable. They're trying to win the argument instead of improving whatever you're arguing about. And I agree with that. If I'm having a discussion with somebody, it's probably because they're saying something that didn't make sense to me. I might be wrong. They might be wrong, right? But we're having a discussion about it. When a man is, and so when you say, oh, yeah, women is going to say, well, yeah, discussion. I like it. A man have a discussion. No, what you like is a man that doesn't talk back to you. You like, yes, dear. Oh, absolutely, dear. I would love to do that for you, dear. That's the answer that you're looking for. And when men don't give that to you, then all of a sudden he's sassy. All of a sudden he's arguing. All of a sudden he's talking back. If he gives an opinion, that's what these modern women want nowadays. And men, a real man's not going to take that. In my opinion, a real man's not going to do that.
Men only go to the gym to stare at women. This creator made a video saying that the #1 reason men go to the gym is to look at other women. I've worked as a personal trainer in big box and private gyms for 4 years, and there are definite creeps. But the majority of men who go to the gym are literally there to work out. Like, how are they gaining all that muscle if all they're doing is staring at women? My job is literally to observe people. If anything, the majority of men do sus stuff at the gym. Complimenting other men who are like half naked and flexing. I've been harassed at the gym and I've reported it, but it's not exclusive to the gym, like that just happens to me. And it's such a toxic mindset that she's telling women that they need to believe this. Like, now these guys' girlfriends are going to be like, oh, you're literally at the gym just to look at other women, when they're literally doing it for their health. Let's just demonize men who are focused on their health and call it cheating. Like, what?
So somebody in the comments said, I'm tired of having to do the Vegeta in the rain pose at the gym when I want to disassociate and stare into the void between sets. And the creator, this lady right here, Julia, responded, why do you have to do this? There's no reason. Women can tell the difference between a guy being creepy or not. And then somebody responded, I actually believe most can't tell. Lots of people have main character syndrome and believe they're the center of attention. Cue modern women. This is exactly what they believe. They believe that everybody is staring at them. All eyes are on them at all times. And now that an ugly man's eyes are on me and he's not cute to me, then I'm going to record him and make him wish he were never born. I want him to regret the day that he walked into this gym. And the man wasn't even looking in your direction. He wasn't even staring at you.
You know what's the annoying part about dating somebody who's really emotionally sound? I get angry at my husband. He apologizes and will never do it again. I'm riled up. I'm ready to tussle. And he's over here like, baby, I am so sorry for doing that. I'm so sorry for making you feel that way. Here's how I'm going to implement going forward. Or if I'm being irrational, he'll be like, baby girl, your feelings are so validated. What if I do this next time so you don't feel that way in the moment? And he's Hispanic too. So like, where is this Latin rage that everyone talks about on this app? Because he got none of it. Like, when people talk about dating a healthy person will make you become the best version of yourself, it is so true, because my husband is perfect. He does everything perfect. And like, I know people on this app are like, nobody's perfect. Like, people who say that their husband's perfect, behind closed doors, they're awful. No. I would challenge anyone to meet my husband. He is so sweet, so nice. He doesn't even curse. It's rude. If he does curse, it's rare. And he usually prefaces it with like, excuse my language, but X, Y, and Z. He is just I believe in God because that man upstairs sent that man for me downstairs, and I did not deserve him. But I'm so happy that I did something right in life to get him, let me tell you.
A woman in the comments said, he has the outrage, he just doesn't use it with you. So you're meaning to tell me that the man does have anger? He does have rage like a normal human being, like a modern woman does? But unlike a modern woman, he decides to be disciplined about it. He decides to do what? Problem solve. What do most men do? Problem solve. Let's walk through it logically. I hear you, you hear me. How about that? How about we fix the issue? I can go back to watching TV or whatever I was doing. You can go back to painting your nails or watching TV or scrolling on TikTok. Problem solved.
Okay, I have a question for men. What would be the equivalent of flowers for you? So, you know how women love to receive flowers from their man. Obviously, it's thoughtful, it's kind, it's sweet. So, what would be that for a man?
Somebody in the comments said still flowers, just the kind that you roll up. It's stupid. Somebody gave some suggestions. A back rub, scalp rub, beard rub, cologne, favorite meal, being heard. Seems simple, right? Somebody else said whatever his hobbies are, buy him something involving that. Somebody else said a smile and a great hello. Most of these modern women say, in order to make me happy, I want flowers. Man goes and gets flowers. I want super expensive flowers. Flowers that cost $300 and $400. And I want a bag to go with that. Bags got to cost at least $200 to $300. And you're getting off cheap because I'm not making you pay my rent this month. So pretty simple for guys.
As someone who only goes to work, church, and the gym, I hate that the culture has made men feel like they can't shoot their shot at the gym anymore. Because you're really not going to find me anywhere else. And I'm tired of this, you looking at me and I'm looking at you.
Somebody said it's because men are afraid of getting videotaped, put on social media, and being called a creep on TikTok. It's sad. Another comment said it's not worth the risk these days, and there is a lot of beautiful ladies at the gym. Another person said we got called creeps for that a few years ago. Yeah, men definitely notice women in the gym. They definitely notice how pretty they are. But tired of all of this foolishness and everything that modern women have going on. I don't want to be labeled something that I'm not. And now, I mean, we knew that you'd be tired of it. We knew that. We knew that you'd be in an emotional state, or you'd be upset, or maybe you're having a bad day, and then you'd make a statement off of that, right? Most of these modern women are undisciplined, and they make those statements and they say, no, don't ever do it again, yada, yada, yada. And they make it a precedent. They set it as a precedent going forward. Look at back here, what I did to you, and remember, I will do that to you again. So a man says, okay, I'm just going to steer clear. And then we get videos like this where a woman says, I'm tired of you guys steering clear. This is my only shot. Or like one of the only places that I go. Please come and approach. And men are saying, nope, not going to do it. You are just going to have to be out of luck, even for the good women.